Hey, it's me, Lisa, and I'm back with more Fat Reacts. Not doing my traditional introduction now for how many days has it been? 30 days, 32 days, I think by the time I post this video. And yes, could I have made this video into one giant long video? Sure, but what would the fun be in that? That's a lot of editing. Instead, I'm going to edit it in 4 short bits. And we are on the bit number 3 today, okay? This is part 3 of following the fat bride. No, I did not call her that. That is not the name I gave to her. That's the name that she gave to herself, okay? She is a bride. She is fat. Good for her. I'm not a bride. And I'm fat, so she's got one up on me. Her name is Hannah. And anyways, she's been responding to these comments where apparently she was referring to some other fat person who had lost weight. And she said, well, guess what? It's unlikely that you'll ever be able to keep that weight off. You're not going to be part of the 5%. You're going to be part of the 95% who's going to regain the weight. And when that does happen, don't feel bad about yourself. No, I'm not bitter and jealous at all. No, I'm not trying to put you down, demoralize you, to gaslight myself. When we all know that's most likely what is going on. Hey, I'm Lisa again. As stated, I have lost a lot of weight. I mean, almost 100 pounds, not quite 100 pounds. Okay, I'm trying to get there, but I've kept it off for almost 3 years now. Okay, I haven't regained any weight in the process, so that's got to stand for something. Okay, I think once I hit the 5-year mark, I will be in that 5%, unless they mean like hit your goal weight and keep it up. I don't know, but I feel like it should count for something because I've done it slowly and I've done it successfully. Okay, enough about me. Let's watch this video, guys. Let's see what's follow up on part 3. Okay, she's still mad that people are coming for her in the comments. She posted 3 videos in one day after all. So as far as I can figure, in this video, which I said she posted yesterday, she posted 3 videos in one day, as I said, is she's upset that somebody like stitched her video and is saying, yes, you can lose weight, before saying, no, you can't, so that she can, so that like, you know, they could like basically use her and be like, stop listening to this woman, and she's accusing them of trying to sell their content. Guys, I'm not selling you anything. I have 0 content. I have 0 merch. Maybe one day, right? I'm always like, liberate me from fat. Maybe that'll be my slogan. Anyways, let's watch the video. Let's see why she's upset. Hopefully my internet stops freezing on me. Okay, guys, my face freezes during these videos. I'm sorry. I can't control it. I pay a lot for like high-speed internet that's supposedly supposed to be allowed like, you know, 6 people to game at the same time. And yet every single freaking time I go into the next room and it's like, oh, I don't want to work right now. It's too hard. Okay, let's just, yeah, whatever. Let's go. Let's watch this thing. What's she talking about now?
Even bother getting sober because they're just going to relapse anyway.
It's not though, is it? 1, we have to eat. We have no choice. You don't have to drink alcohol. 2, people come in different shapes and sizes. Their body is supposed to be different sizes. No one is supposed to be an alcoholic.
Not let the statistics scare you or deter you.
Because our mate Annie over here, who doesn't seem to have any expertise in helping you lose weight, is going to sell you some weight loss.
There is more to life than living in an obese body.
We're about 10 seconds into the video and she's telling us that she can't imagine anything worse than being in an obese body, that in fact you can't live a good life in an obese body because, shocker, Annie's fat phobic.
If you do not have medical issues,
got PCOS, does that mean you're okay with what I've said?
Lose the weight, you
She really thinks she's so clever. You got PCOS, girl? Yeah, so do I. I got PCOS. Guess what PCOS can do? It can go into remission, okay? A lot of it comes down to like insulin resistance and inflammation. And if you can get those things under control, guess what? You can lose weight. You can keep it off and your periods will regulate just like mine. Okay, guys, I may be making an announcement sometime in June, okay? We are keeping track. We're keeping track to see if my periods have been regulated for 6 months total, okay? Right now, we are 4 months in. I'm on my period. TMI. I know you don't care. You probably turned off the TV at this point, or the phone, or whatever you're watching on. I'm just saying, PCOS, guys, doesn't have to be PCOS forever. Okay, I'm here. I'm living proof of that. Can't believe I just said that on the internet. I'm still looking for the part where she's selling us something. Maybe we'll get to that point where she's like, watch my channel. I'll give you advice on how to like be healthy. And I agree. You can be obese and live your life, but will you be living a healthy life? Methinks not. Because like, if you want to talk about statistics, because like, let's talk about it. Like her favorite word is statistics. Statistically, if you are obese, you will not be living a healthy life. If you are right now, it's not going to last, okay? Statistically. See how that works? I can use that word too.
You should and you deserve to be healthy.
Oh, coming in strong there with you should lose weight. And also you do deserve to be healthy. You deserve to be mentally healthy too. And you know how you're going to get mentally healthy? It's by not obsessing about the size of your body all the time. So
hey guys, guess what? If we talk really, really fast, it's going to seem like we're super clever. Okay, never mind. I talk fast naturally because I have a stutter and talking fast helps me avoid doing that stutter. Even then, I'm constantly editing my video because I will stutter all the time. I guess the plus side is it makes me sound really, really smart and really, really clever. Just like this girl right here, right? Okay, so let's break down some of the things she said at a much slower pace. I love how she said you also deserve to be mentally healthy when it's pretty much like a consensus in my comments from people who have been overweight, who have lost weight, is that being overweight really affects your mental health. And no, it's not society at large putting you down or your perception of them putting you down that's causing these mental health issues. No, it's the fact that when you are significantly overweight, if you are obese, obese class 2, especially obese class 3, you have a crap ton of inflammation in your body. Inflammation messes with your brain, okay? It makes it everything not all right up there. Like, even if you don't have any kind of diagnosable condition, like, anybody can tell you if you're super overweight, things just don't feel right. Like, let's even just take inflammation out of the equation. Let's talk about pain. There is not one person on the planet who is an obesity class 2 or above, like, and I'm talking about fat, not muscle, fat, who isn't in an immense amount of pain. It hurts to be this big, okay? It's not fun. It's painful. And yes, you can go out and live your life. You can go out and live your life. But yes, you should lose weight. And yes, you can lose weight. You do deserve to be healthy, including mentally healthy, but also physically healthy, okay? Those things go hand in hand. And I just love how they will use mental health as an excuse to stay where they're at. It's about the mental health in this case, right? But the word mental health is not like a catch-all. It's not a high wall of a tower that you can put up to be like, all logic and reason is now void because I have a mental health concern. It's like the physical health issues will exist whether or not your mental health is in check.
Should we acknowledge that fat shaming is actually more damaging than being fat to our health? Weight cycle.
I get 5 seconds in and I have to stop it again. Guys, fat shaming is more damaging to you than being fat. You heard it here first. Okay, as somebody who's been fat for like literally decades, I can say for absolute sure that any time in my life I was fat shamed was not nearly as bad as being 347 pounds and being in an extreme amount of pain. Okay? Let's not even pretend to compare the two. But let me know down below, guys, if you were fat at one point in your life or you're still fat, fat shaming, was it worse than being super fat? Because I'm personally saying here that it wasn't. I don't mean to laugh. I'm sorry. I don't mean to laugh. It's just when people say such ridiculous things, you can't help but laugh because you're like, did that really just come out of your mouth? Those are the words that you said? You like had thoughts? Like, let's talk about speech pathology here, okay, guys? You had a thought. It went to your little Broca's area here. You made a motor planning thing happen. It went to your mouth, and then you the words were put in order and came out, and you said it with intention. I don't know. I'm sorry. Oh God.
Cycling is incredibly bad for us.
Much rhetoric online at the minute that is enabling obesity, indulging in ridiculous amounts of food.
Sorry, Annie, where are you hanging out? Because number one, I don't eat a ridiculous amount of food, and it's very strange that you would presume I do. But
the woman that confessed to having behaviors in the previous video that we watched is now claiming that she does not eat a ridiculous amount of food. Well, girl, how did you get fat? Was it your genetics? Was it the PCOS? The PCOS doesn't make you fat. The PCOS messes with your hunger cues so that you eat more. So even if you're not overindulging due to behaviors, you're still overindulging due to excess hunger that you shouldn't have because of the PCOS. You're not gaining magic fat. And all these people will absolutely 100% claim that the only behaviors they had were the ones where they had to reduce their intake of food, when we all know that it's called a BP cycle. Look that up if you don't know what I'm talking about. BINGE, PURGE cycle. A lot of people have it. A lot of people go to both extremes, okay? They reduce to get the high of the intake. I'm saying this all in code because I don't want YouTube to come for me. But no, I don't believe you when you say you're not eating ridiculous amounts of food, okay? You're fat somehow, okay? I was fat somehow. I ate a ridiculous amount of food. Yeah, I didn't do it because of behaviors. As we talked about, I did it because I was just really hungry due to my hormonal issues. I got those hormonal issues under control. I'm not nearly as hungry anymore. I can reduce my intake. I'm losing weight. But even then, okay, I went into this rant. I had to edit out my last video, and it was about how much you actually need to overeat to like gain weight. And I gained 100 pounds over 4 years, okay? And that is like 25 pounds per year. Well, how much is 25 pounds per year? How much you have to overeat? It's only 250 calories per day to overeat every single day to gain 100 pounds over 4 years. I know 250 calories doesn't seem like that much. That's like 2.5 tablespoons of butter. It's not nearly as much as you think it is, which is why I always advocate for, like, you know, learn how to cook. Know what's actually in the ingredients of your food. Like, the American processed food industry is not only poisoning us, it's messing with our idea of like what portion sizes are, where we think like, oh, this is a normal amount of butter, right? Because that's what we're used to seeing, but actually it's this much. I know that's like a weird way of putting it, but I'm sure you get what I mean. We don't actually need as much of something as we do, and we're getting way more of it than we realize. So you go to a restaurant, right? Men naturally are going to have to eat more than women, even if you're the same height, because men naturally have more muscle mass, and more muscle mass requires more calories. So if I had like a 5'5" man next to me, they still needs more calories. But on average, men are taller than women. And so they could have even more calories on top of that, right? Just from the height difference. As I said, when you go to a restaurant and you order something, they're going to put the same amount of food in front of you as they will in front of that man, okay? You should not be eating the same amount. It's funny that I bring this up, sorry, tangent rant, but when I lived in Japan, often menus would have like, they would have like a little symbol on it that like you could ask for like a lady's portion, a woman's portion size, which I thought was extremely nifty. I often did not indulge in it because I was very hungry. Once again, said it's like, you know, the hormonal issues that I had. So I would have the man size and be happy for it. But now I think going back to Japan, I'd be like, yeah, give me the women's size because I can handle that now. But no, I don't believe her when she's saying she's not eating a ridiculous amount of food. I'm sorry, you can't convince me of that.
But 2, skinny talk is on the rise. I do not see anyone promoting obesity.
Like this creator who are basically saying, don't even bother in the first place.
Did I say don't bother? No, you've got bodily autonomy. You do whatever you want. What I was saying actually was, do not feel the level of shame that I and many people I know have felt when they regain the weight, because statistically, you are more than likely going to regain the weight. It is not don't bother trying. It is know that it is not your personal responsibility and therefore your personal failure alone that led to you regaining that weight, because your body is working against you.
Well, guys, it's not your personal responsibility. As you know, what I often say, it is your personal responsibility. May not have been your fault you gained weight in the first place, but it is your personal responsibility to exercise control and lose the weight. I guess it's just all genetics, right? It's all genetics working against us. Your body wants to be fat. That's what she's saying, right? And I really dislike it when they bring up this skinny talk. Skinny talk is not back, okay? People are just telling you not to be fat, but not being fat doesn't mean that you're super skinny, okay? There is a range of normal. Yes, you're always going to have like antisocial psychopathic trolls on the internet who are going to say mid to everything. You know, like Sydney Sweeney, right? Sydney Sweeney is like objectively the most beautiful woman in the world. She is not fat by any standards, and yet they'll call her mid, fat, ugly, right? Those people will always exist. But in real life, here in the real world, guys, where we meet people in like face to face, if you are a BMI of 25, which is the highest you can be on that standard normal range, you're not fat. It just depends on like how big your frame is. But on average, like what, 25, the high and normal, you're not fat. You could be a BMI of 18, not fat. Okay, it's a wide range of normal, and one of those is skinnier than the other, but it doesn't mean that skinny is back, okay? Because you know what I see is back? Fit is back, okay? Skinny is like 1990s Ally McBeal BS, right? Where those women clearly had issues, and we learned that they had issues later on when they came out and said, yeah, guys, I was not eating at all. But in this case, no, fit is back. Women are building muscle. For the first time, it's okay for women to have muscle. But muscle isn't skinny. Muscle is fit. People are just finally pushing back against fat acceptance and saying, guys, this is not sustainable. People have been dying over the last few years because they were significantly overweight. When you have that kind of evidence in front of you, people are saying, hey, maybe y'all should lose weight. Get some help. What was like that meme with like Michael Jordan? He's like, stop it. Get some help, right? That's basically what they're doing. The average person is not pushing for you to be skinny. They're pushing for you to be healthy. And it's not healthy at every size, because you cannot be healthy at every size. You cannot be healthy and fat. But they only see two states of being. They see fat and they see thin. They don't see any of the other ways that your body can be in that healthy range, which include fit, which include a little chubby, right? Because you can be a little chubby, but you're not technically fat, and you're pretty much healthy. Well, that chubby person's gonna do well when they're in the nursing home and they need a little extra body fat to deal with their heart disease. They're not obese, You know, they're not significantly overweight, you're just chubby, right? Chubby's a thing, okay? We've forgotten about chubby. Bring back chubby, okay? Chubby's okay. I said it. Heard it here first.
Just lose it in a healthy way. Just
I never thought of that. Do it in a healthy way. Oh, well, everything's fine then.
get to a weight that is healthy for your body.
What if our current weight is healthy for our body?
It's not, though. And girl, clearly you didn't lose it in a healthy way because you admitted to that several videos ago. This is what happens often with fat acceptance, is that like they will like she literally filmed 3 of these videos like in one day, right? She released them all in one day at very least. And she's just like, when I lost the weight and I was trying to keep it off, I was going to the gym twice a day and I wasn't eating. And then what she's insisting in this video that she lost it in a healthy way. Girl, we already heard you the first time. Go back and watch the other videos. Watch your own videos.
Why do you think you can see our health? Do we think you care about our health? Do we think the reason that you are peddling your weight loss services online is because you want people to be healthy, or because you want their money and you want them to look better? Did you lose weight because you wanted to be healthy or because you wanted to look better? Let's just guess, right?
We've circled back to projection. If she's saying she wanted to lose weight because she was healthy, or she lost weight because she was healthy, then maybe it was because she was healthy, and looking better is just a natural consequence of that. Yes, I said consequence. Being prettier is a consequence of health. But clearly it's something that you cared about when you were losing weight. And so therefore you think that everybody has this idea that it has to be about looking pretty, looking better, looking skinny, looking that perceived ideal. It can't just be about, hey, maybe I don't want to feel like crap anymore, okay? Because guess what? Being fat hurts.
Don't be discouraged by people like this.
Agree more. Don't be discouraged by this. Live a healthy lifestyle. And when I say live a healthy lifestyle, I mean stop putting so much pressure on yourself to lose weight. Stop putting yourself in dangerous situations, mentally and physically, in order to adhere to society's standards about your body. Because the reality is, we know that statistically, you're likely not going to keep that weight off. We know that weight cycling is incredibly bad for you. We know that body shaming, fat shaming is worse for you and your health than being fat. So do not be discouraged by the mere existence of people like Annie. Okay, love you, bye.
That was so strange to just hear so many lies in sequence all at once. She really summarized her point in a very deceitful way by the end of that TikTok. Weight cycling is bad for you, but it doesn't mean that being fat isn't also bad for you. And I just like all the projection that she put on this woman, saying that she's peddling something. When I didn't hear her peddle anything. She's just basically saying, don't give up. You can do it. This is the reality of the situation. But what I see is you pushing demoralization on a bunch of people who are looking for hope, who want to be healthier, and saying, hey, guess what, though? You're not actually going to be healthier. You might as well just not even try. Okay, just stay fat like me, even though I'm losing weight through the medication. Not purposely, not intentionally. It's inadvertently due to my migraine medication, but guys, just know I'll be fat again too one day. The deceit is just so obvious. And I really wish that these people had more self-awareness. Like, thankfully we all see it, but I do feel bad for people who do buy into this, who are using this as reinforcement because they are so down on themselves that they don't have better people to look up to. They don't have a better health system to look up to. There is a health crisis in our country and in her country as well. Our food is poisoning us. Our food is processed and crap. And as I said many, many times, it is causing us inflammation. It is making our hunger cues go out of whack and making us gain weight because we're overeating sometimes without even realizing it. But in this case, this woman has behaviors, okay? She clearly has behavior. She stated it as such in her previous video. And girl, I believe it goes on both sides of the spectrums. I really do. She is still clearly in those behaviors, and she will make sure that you stay in them too. Okay, guys, don't buy into the delusion. Come here, come with me, live in reality. We're going to get through this together. And we're going to watch video number 4. Okay, guys? I'm jumping into that right away. I'll chat with you later. Bye.